especially such turning tracks where Sufyan Muqim could have come in and maybe some other options at top of the order, but so far I'm gone with that heavy reliant first 11.
Well, we've got a feature on a famous face in the Isles. He's called Chacha. Chacha.
आपकी चाची की तरफ से अहले वतन को सलाम अलैकुम और लाहौर। मेरा नाम है अब्दुल जलील और फेमस नाम है चाचा क्रिकेट और पाकिस्तान मेरी पहचान। और तो चाचा ने कोई जोड़ ही नहीं है। चीले चीले प्यारे प्यारे आप कटारो। और ए टू जेड समझता हूँ और सियालकोट से खजाफी स्टेडियम आके 69 में ही मैंने पहला इंटरनेशनल मैच देखा इंग्लैंड और पाकिस्तान का। उस वक्त पाकिस्तान के कैप्टन थे सईद अहमद और इंग्लैंड के कैप्टन थे कॉलन कॉडरे और हमारे जो फेमस प्लेयर थे उस वक्त वो थे माजिद खान आदरान कराची वाले और इंतखाब वाला। जी मैं 58 साल जो है ना इन्हीं लोगों में बैठा हूँ और बड़ा एंजॉय किया है और मैंने हर तरह जो है ना पाकिस्तान को प्रेजेंट किया और अल्लाह की रहमत है मैं भी कोई फरिश्ता नहीं हूँ, 100 खामियां मुझ में होगी, लेकिन 58 साल में मैं ये फख्र से कह सकता हूँ कि मैंने किसी को अपने ये इस ड्रेस के ऊपर या परचम के ऊपर उंगली उठाने का मौका नहीं दिया। और अभी मेरी एज है जिस टाइम आई एज 78 के करीब होने वाली है। तो जिन्हों पंजाबी कहते हैं मैं भरिया मेला छड़ना चाहता था और पूरी दुनिया जिन्हों सराहा गया है कि चाचे का डिसीजन बड़ा ठीक है इंशाल्लाह। मैं खुद हैरान हूँ कि भाई इस उम्र में भी मेरी आवाज़ जो है जवानों से ज़्यादा होती है। स्टेडियम के इस बार मैं नारा लगाऊं तो दूसरे जो है ना स्टेडियम तक मेरे नारे की आवाज़ जाती है। ये तो मेरे ही नारे हैं, वक्त की है मजबूरी है, चौके बहुत ज़रूरी है और आउट करो भी आउट करो, जल्दी जल्दी आउट करो। चाचे दी गल मन के खेलो, जम के खेलो, जम के खेलो। लेकिन मैंने दूसरी फॉरेन टीमों के लिए जो नारे बनाए हुए हैं वो ज़्यादा फेमस है और उसमें एक मैसेज भी है, क्रिकेट फॉर एंजॉय नॉट फॉर टेंशन, क्रिकेट फॉर लव नॉट फॉर फाइट, क्रिकेट इज स्वीट नॉट इजी। पहला मैच जो मियाँदार ने 6 मारा था तो वो जो है डीबीडी की तरफ गया था, मैं शारजा में था और एक मैच जो हम चैंपियन ट्रॉफी का 2017 में जीते हम और सारा मीडिया चाचे को कवर कर रहा था। तो उस दिन मैंने कहा था कि आज इंशाल्लाह तारीख बदलेगी, तो तारीख बदल गई और वो मैच जो है जिस तरह पाकिस्तान ने मैच भी वो जबरदस्त तरीके से जीता। उस दिन ऐसा लगता था कि पूरी दुनिया में पाकिस्तानी जश्न मना रहे हैं, लेकिन इंग्लैंड में तो ऐसा लगता था ट्रेनों में क्या जो है वो सड़कों पे आ गए हैं और पाकिस्तान का जश्न मना रहे हैं। तो ये एक वक्त होता है, इंसान कुछ कर सकता है, चाचा कुछ कर सकता था उसने किया और भी इंशाल्लाह बहुत करेंगे पाकिस्तान के लिए। चाचा क्रिकेट ने बहुत कुछ किया है और बहुत कुछ करता रहेगा इंशाल्लाह इंशाल्लाह।
Yeah, they carry crowds with them and the cheerleaders. I remember there was one in Sri Lanka, supported Sri Lankan cricket. Magically, his name was Percy and he was quite a character as well. He passed away recently. But what a character he was. Rather than Australia calling correctly and wanting to bat first, I think it makes a lot of sense. Because batting second time around the ball was difficult really to figure out the lateral spin movement and how Bell's ball on that one, Ellison ball on that surface was pretty magical. Now it's up to Josh Inglis once again to get them off to a good solid start. Inglis was the opener. He batted at number 3 in the last game and Matthew Short partner in. Alex Carey opened the innings in the last game, but he's been asked to probably bat in the middle order somewhere there. Quite flexible Australians with the batting positions. And you have to be in white ball cricket. I think there's no such thing as my favorite number. Shaheen Afridi. Breezy conditions, and I'm sure he'll look to swing the ball. Three times picked up 5 wickets. 6 for 35 is best. And he needs to strike early like he did in the last game. The other thing that will work for Australia is that 2 batsmen out there have shaped up quite nicely on these surfaces. Short was star with the ball, but they looked pretty organized with the bat as well, and Inglis played a great hand. Technical hand. They spin beautifully.
Yeah, both men in the middle with half centuries. Matt Short in that first ODI and Rawalpindi, Josh Inglis in that previous game. Change up the order, but a team that has bounced back in tremendous fashion, adapting to these extremely friendly spin conditions. As usual, the captain has a brand new ball in his hand, bowling with a slip in place.
Swing straight away, and a typical Shaheen Afridi delivery. First ball almost on target and almost a great result.
You mentioned the wind a little while earlier. That is something that will help him. Traditionally, a swing into the right-hander when it's pitched up, sliding down the leg side, hence why avoided that review decision. But the favorables out of the 3 days are the most favorable conditions, rather, are the certain amount of wind factor to make use, create any chances with this brand new ball. A 63rd outing for SN Raza.
Dharmasana is at square leg position. And taken at mid on the ball, probably stopping on the batsman. Sajjada Farhan making no mistake, and once again,
रन रेट चलता हुआ, और अगर
And then he found that vacant area, that huge gap. And an easy four for Manas Labuschagne.
He's looking for runs here. Manas Labuschagne was bowled for naught. In fact, on both games, Arafat Minhas has got the better of him. 0 and 5 are the scores in the series for him so far. And once again, Australia losing an early wicket here. Maybe a little bit of time in the middle. The surface in the PSL were contrastingly different to what Manas is playing on here. They had far more bounce and pace on them.
Tight defense from Manas, 17 for 1.
I like it. Up quick and late. Let's get cold.
Good service, Jesse. Oh, figure Jesse. Pakistan's global tire brand. Change of force one. Then Veer Sangha is indisposed. Cooper Connolly comes in. It's important where you stand with regard to the crease. Is at a normal stance position. Back leg behind the popping crease. When Manas was batting, he was outside the crease, so you adjust. And it's a low bouncing surface. You tend to be outside, maybe outside the crease. In the meantime, with Bengal Flowers 1,100 plus branches, open your current account to enjoy various free services and earn Orbit rewards. Little adjustment when you talk about adjusting and adapting to the conditions, you can put it down as one of the important ones. Where do you play the bowler from? Whether you want to meet the ball a bit earlier or whether you want to stay back and play more off the back foot.
I think it also stems from the pace of the quick bowlers. Now, obviously, there's a bit of a difference between the pace at which Haris Rauf averagely bowls and where Shaheen Shah Afridi bowls. A lot of the times, you will not find a lot of the times that when the bowler is providing the pace, the batters will be more than happy to camp on that back foot. So maybe they'll stay well within the crease. Sometimes when the bowlers are not providing the pace, the batters like to just bat outside the crease to make their own lengths. So with Haris Rauf bowling at 143, 142 kilometers per hour. Bat is now happy to just stay back in the crease as the pace is being offered up. He was a touch quicker in that second ODI. It's around the 140 kilometers per hour as an average speed for Haris Rauf.
Right, he's marking his middle stump guard and the leg stump guard. And he's way outside the popping crease there. I think it'd be better if he tells the umpire also about this. Tell you the reason why, because, you know, the little reference point that I have is of great Javed Miandad, and Javed Miandad was such an intelligent operator, so he would stand out of the crease but make sure also that the umpire knew where he was so that he wouldn't be given leg before wicket. And so at times it works, because from a front-on position, the umpire doesn't know how far down the pitch you are with regard to the stumps and crease. What he's trying to do is to get to the pitch of the ball and making sure that it doesn't get leg before wicket as well. Can't allow them to be relentlessly at one spot. That's the other thing. You know, when you're playing, I mean, we know that Haris Rauf has got pace, but you can still use your feet against somebody like Haris Rauf, because it's not going to threaten you with a bouncer. But treat him as a medium pacer and walk down and let him then decide what he needs to do. So put the pressure back on the bowler. If you allow them to continue to bowl and put the ball in one area, then they're winning this. Nice and well fielded at mid-wicket. This is sharp stuff. Well fielded. And I think it's Shadab, Pakistan's very best in the field. 18 for 1.
इवेपोरेटर कंडेंसर पीसीबी कार्ड सब कवर्ड है जो भी हो मेंटेन डाउन्स करेगा 6 साल वो भी बिल्कुल फ्री है जबरदस्त कूलिंग और फ्री इंस्टॉलेशन भी और 12 साल की कंप्रेसर वारंटी क्योंकि डॉलन्स रिलायबल है
ऑल डे लास्टिंग ऑल डे फ्रेशनेस मारखोर
अभी तक चल रहा है. And Australia in need of a partnership. 18 of 23, this partnership. Inglis once again looking very, very able out there at the crease. See, he picks up the length early, he picks up the pace or lack of pace. And then he's got his game organized. The slow one from Shaheen Afridi, 121.5. Whatever you want to call this pitch, I think it's a pitch where you can get results if you bowl pace on. That's where Australians and Ellis was so impressive. Yeah, I mean, forcing the issue down the ground can be a bit tough. No pace for Josh Inglis. So pace on, hitting that hard length, keeping the ball within the stumps, that kind of stuff can work even on a surface as this one here.
Pakistan, you talk about their impact in that power play with the ball. In the first game, only 1 wicket picked up in the power play in the first 10. That was by Abrar. He came into bowl in the 7th over after the seamers bowled 3 apiece. In the second game, a couple of wickets, 1 to Shaheen and 1 again to Abrar.
Oh, I think inside edge saved him. The umpire is not going to be moved. There's a moody sound to it. These were difficult to pick in the last contest also. I mean, bat and pad, so many observations had to be made. And umpire was put into a tough situation where it was bat first or pad first. Yeah, clear inside edge.
Just a really sharp angle. And continues on with that angle. There you see a clear inside edge. Has really benefited Josh Inglis with that angle. So just feel Shaheen Shah Afridi now bowling with this angle, a better one with around the wicket.
Yeah, that part of the field has been blocked with an extra fielder. Now, this is a surface where you don't have to really seam or swing the ball every time because there are a lot of cracks on the surface and the ball can move off a crack every now and then. So you're never in as a batting side or as a batsman. And that's why you've got to play as late as possible. Make sure that you get on top of the ball and not really go hard at it. And spin as well.
To the point you make, Nathan Ellis, by far the best seamer. Picked up 4 wickets in that previous game. So where there is a lot of turn on these surfaces with low bounce and the slowish nature, there is still a place for the quick bowlers if they're willing to change it up. Now we saw that one particular delivery that Nathan Ellis picked up Babar Azam with, the one that you're talking about, Ramesh, just held in one of the cracks and a change of pace delivery, jumped back really nicely to come back in.
Yeah, I mean, it's a clear example of the cracks getting better of Babar Azam because that came back strongly off one of those cracks. 18 for 1, it's a maiden.
अब कुछ कर ले कॉल
अपने बैंक का एजेंट ढूंढते ढूंढते थक गए? अब हर बैंकिंग एजेंट आपका एजेंट। पैसे भेजने हो या निकालने हो, अब एक ही जगह पर मिलेगी तमाम माली सहूलियत। एजेंट्स के लिए ज्यादा बिजनेस और कस्टमर्स के लिए ज्यादा आसानी। हमारे 14 मिलियन आसान मोबाइल अकाउंट्स 16 बैंक्स के साथ इसका वाज़े सबूत है।
आसान मोबाइल अकाउंट पावर्ड बाय हमारा मनी प्लेटफॉर्म।
That is what you expect from a batting unit. You know, a lot of dots. Careful beginning to the innings. Australia do not want to lose momentum by losing wickets. Mohalla cricket. Not in international cricket. Yeah, Inglis there standing way back in the crease, and Marnus Labuschagne has got a different way of playing on the surface. He's standing outside the crease, so obviously Marnus wants to feel the ball more, whereas Inglis is quite happy just staying in the crease and finding those gaps, especially through point area. No runs for 10 balls now, and I think that the fielding side has to adjust. They're standing in the crease, so the angles change. So that point fielder, for example, shouldn't be that far fine. But Labuschagne, oh, playing a miss. There was this in wide, but nice movement away, shaping it away from right-hander's off stump.
Now you talk about bowling to your field. Now that is exactly where Haris Rauf wants to be with the field that he has. He's taken that gully, which is very close in for that slip that just flies off the edge. But that's a catching position. Field set fairly square because Haris Rauf is bowling quicker, 146, 145.6 that previous delivery. So just clocking up some pace, hence why the field is much squarer. So if it does fly off that edge, it could very easily go to one of those men on your screen at the moment.
On the pads and worked away very nicely. Samad with a full length dive. Wasn't able to stop the ball in the slot. And not such a good delivery from Haris Rauf. The pressure was being exerted, and that's a release. On the pads. Nicely put away. Risky shot for 4.
Our first run in 13 deliveries. Haris Rauf with a bit of a wayward delivery, just losing his radar down the leg side. A fielder who is much squarer. So nobody in traditional fine leg position. The two fielders on the leg side, mid-wicket and mid-on, all up in the ring.
It's well fielded at point. Pakistan's most trusted brand. Inveric Solar Energy. Haven't tried the bouncer yet. I think bouncer could be another length that can yield results. Because mentally you're so much in sync with playing on the front foot that you tend to forget what it not in no man's land. That's gone through and well stopped by Abrar. This is, I think, a tailor-made situation for Marnus Labuschagne. You know, he likes this test match style of batting in ODI format, and so he wants to dig in and play a long innings. Now, he's got to do that here. He's gotten a start. One of those fighting 50s kind of a knock is needed from him.
Australia scores in the power play. Now Australia have batted first all three games. They're 51 for 1 in the first game in Pindi, 51 for 2 a couple of days ago here in Lahore. So every time they've lost a wicket in the power play, they just held back slightly and rebuilding is required. And Josh Inglis was part of it in that previous game. And 2 wickets fell around him in that first 10 overs.
It's not the first time he's mistimed a drive. He's been silky smooth cutting the ball, but whenever the ball is pitched up, he's now missed an opportunity twice, at least in his innings. 23 for 1.
Wow, very impressive game. Service Tires is a game changer. Service Tires, Pakistan's global tire brand.
इवेपोरेटर, कंडेंसर, पीसीबी कार्ड सब कवर्ड है।
क्या?
जो भी हो, मेंटेन टॉन्स करेगा 6 साल, वो भी बिल्कुल फ्री
है।
जबरदस्त कूलिंग और फ्री इंस्टॉलेशन भी, और 12 साल की कंप्रेसर वारंटी, क्योंकि डॉलेंस रिलायबल है।
Sure, or log on to live.pcb.com.pk. That's your address. Abrar coming on to bowl. Felt that ball did more second time around than when he came on to bowl in the first innings, but expect him to be accurate.
And he is the only bowler who's picked up a wicket in the power play in both games. One in the first game, one in the second game. First game, Pakistan had used him in the similar time to bowl the 7th.
Oh, yeah, I think he didn't pick the top spin. I think it's the attempted wrong gun that didn't spin back.
Difficult to pick up hand. There's some variations in how he rolls over. A close eye on him.
Yeah, wicket to wicket. That's it. Arafat, Minhas and Abrar are such a specialist. The quicker leggy.
The other thing that comes into play is the LBW of the ball if the ball stays low.
Somehow you got to be on the front foot on the surface, even though you're not picking the ball, but you got to just hope for the best. But playing off the back foot to Abrar is absolutely hazardous.
And it was the adjustment that Australia made. The predominant, he did get onto the front foot in that second ODI. Once again, just a little bit of bat. It's a good start, a maiden to start Abrar's spell. 23 for 1. I like it.
आप कुछ कर लें? Nescafe Cold Coffee.
बैंकिंग एजेंट ढूंढने की फिक्र अब और नहीं, क्योंकि अब हर बैंकिंग एजेंट आपका एजेंट। पैसे भेजने हो या फौरन कैश निकालना हो, अब एक ही जगह पर मिलेगी तमाम माली सहूलियत। हमारे 14 मिलियन आसान मोबाइल अकाउंट्स 16 बैंक्स के साथ इसका वाज़ेह सबूत है। आसान मोबाइल अकाउंट पावर्ड बाय हमारा मनी प्लेटफॉर्म।
All day lasting, all day freshness. Marhor.
अभी तक चल रहा है.
Australia are at the moment 23 for 1 after 7 overs. Lovely square drive from Josh Inglis and just stands there and watches it disappear to the point boundary.
Yeah, beautiful shot. Make sure he was hitting square, not too straight. Ball coming on to the bat, nice. Ball coming on to the bat nicely when he hits it. Shot of the match so far.
Yeah, the quality of that shot. Maneuvering his hands, maneuvering his body to get inside the line and get it to where he did was first class. Just forced Minhas to push it through a little bit quicker, and Inglis off the back foot down to mid-off for another single. So a different start for Minhas, as you said, Buzzard. He's been so good and he's been all over the Australians.
And Inglis making an effort to actually put pressure on Minhas. He's been brilliant through the series. 5 for 32, 2 for 27. First two deliveries, a boundary and a 6. But trying to attack him. Make sure he doesn't settle into that length that he's done every game. Being able to just pull back of a length and attack the stumps. Inglis making a statement.
Inglis 21 off 19 now. Marnus Labuschagne really just tried to anchor things at the moment. 12 off 26. Oh, and that's the danger. One goes straight on and one turns viciously like that. 34 for 1.
अब आया न्यू अनार। It's delicious AF, delicious as Fanta.
पाकिस्तान के फेवरेट सर्विस टायर्स अपने एडवांस ट्रेंड्स और क्वालिटी के दम पर ब्राजील से इजिप्ट और टर्की से फ्रांस तक 40 से ज्यादा ममालिक में एक्सपोर्ट हो रहे हैं। सर्विस टायर्स, पाकिस्तान ग्लोबल टायर ब्रांड।
All day lasting, all day freshness. Marhor.
अभी तक चल रहा है.
3 ODIs, 3 T20s.
Inglis batted very well in the previous game, so he's in good touch on a surface which is pretty similar to the one that we played on a couple of days ago. But for Marnus, the good thing for him in this innings was that he came in and faced the fast bowlers, not the spinners straight up. So that just might give him a tad more rhythm into his innings.
Yeah, Marnus Labuschagne off strike now. This is where it's important for Inglis not to get a little bit frustrated with not getting the strike, and this is how he started with his boundaries so far. 2 in the last over from Arafat Minhas. This is the pick of all of the boundaries so far from the day.
well done, Ebe.
As I mentioned, I mean, he's started beautifully, 22 off 21, but watching Marnus Labuschagne down the other end, absorb pressure and not get off strike, just got to make sure he stays nice and content. Another good shot through the covers. Deep mid-off coming round. The outfield not quite as quick today after the downpour just before the start of this game. And the ninth over is now complete. 38 for 1.
बिल भरवाना है और टाइम खत्म। अपने फोन से *2262 हैश डायल करें और आसान मोबाइल अकाउंट से कोई भी बिल बआसानी अदा करें। आसान मोबाइल अकाउंट, आपका फोन अब आपका बैंक अकाउंट। आसान मोबाइल अकाउंट पावर्ड बाय हमारा अमानी प्लेटफॉर्म।
सुकून हासिल हुआ, सुकून हासिल हुआ, बाखुदा सूफी दिल हुआ फिर बाखुदा सुनता हर दुआ। सूफी जो नाम है एतमाद का।
Marnus Labuschagne not happy with one of the Pakistan fielders, saying running in as he's trying to face. He said it's in his eye line. I'm not sure whether that's. I mean, you can come directly towards the striker. Whether he was, it's having conversation now with Shane Afridi, whether he was moving sideways or not. Too sure.
Australia have done batting wise this series is try and keep wickets intact, try and just buy time up front. Not a surface where you can score freely throughout, so very important that you have a game plan. That's nicely played, nicely quicker from Arafat. He picks up length quickly. Does Marnus. Good piece of work at the fence, but get 3 for his troubles.
Let's hope he's okay here. He's called for the doctor or the trainer. Let's see, he's pulled that back nicely, but it's what happens after he crosses the boundary line, which is the issue here. Yeah, he saved a run, but what's happened to his head here? Some real concerns. He's gone into the advertising boarding there, or his head's hit the ground.
Dolan's Premaline No Frost Refrigerator range. With its Duo Frost technology, independent cooling system keeps food fresh for longer. Dolan's Premaline, designed for better.
Pakistan.
Wow, grip service जैसी, तो फिक्र कैसी? Pakistan's global tire brand.
Trying to get themselves into a good position. 41 for 1. Inglis has looked brilliant. 24 off 22. Marnus Labuschagne just trying to absorb some pressure at the moment. 16 off 34. So Shane Afridi, the wicket taker, Harris Ralph was fairly tidy for his 3 overs. And now we've got spin from both ends. Bra and Arafat Minhas, who's been expensive, which is unusual because this first couple of games, he has dominated. Well, there's Sadakat at the moment, just getting some treatment to the right side of his head. See what happens here. Yeah, hits the ground really hard. And then also hits the fence, so double whammy.
He's up on his feet, thankfully. Conversation now for Arafat Minhas. The pressure put on him straight away, the English attacking him. And been able to go on the back foot and actually play through the offside.
Just take this delay to look at how good Arafat Minhas has been. So these are a couple of dismissals from the first ODI. One turns, one goes straight on. Now that's the release, Buzzard Khan. You can come in here whenever you like. So you want to look at the cues, right? Every batsman that's played the game goes, right, look at the release. And for me, looking at the release there, they look identical.
Yeah, it's very difficult, if any, to decipher. Smiling, so walking away, which is a good sign, but hopefully he'll be all right. Right now, Arafat Minhas is just been put under pressure. Shamil Hussain in the field. Is already in the field with Salman Ali Agha. A bit of a discussion with Babar and Shadab in terms of the length that he's bowling today. Quicker off the back foot. The first time really that Arafat has had to think about his length and his speeds. That's nicely bowled. Slows it up, tosses it up. 10 overs, 41 for 1.
आप कुछ कर ले बैंकिंग होगी अब और भी आसान *2262 डायल करें अपने किसी भी फोन से आसान मोबाइल अकाउंट खुलवाएं आसान मोबाइल अकाउंट आपका फोन अब आपका बैंक अकाउंट
आसान मोबाइल अकाउंट पावर्ड बाय हमारा अमानी प्लेटफॉर्म.
First power play has been completed. So 10 overs gone. Australia just meandering a little bit in that first 10 overs. 41 for 1 on another difficult surface to bat on. And Shadab Khan is now introduced a lot earlier than we've seen in the previous couple of games. Cut away, but there's there just to protect that boundary. PCB is launching its live stream app in Pakistan region for the very first time. You download PCB Live app. It's in the air. Again, that builder out there protecting the boundary. Yeah, download that app from Apple and the Google Store or log on to live.pcb.com.pk.
A decent enough start for Australia. Labuschagne 17 of 36. English doing the bulk of scoring 25 of 25. Ball for 2. Just be the single. But what has happened in this series for Australia is that once they've built a little partnership, they've lost a wicket and just that has pegged them back. So what English and Manas need to make sure is that they make the partnership count. Make it a big partnership, because that's the only way we've seen H2A almost carried. It is short and wide, and English might think that he missed out, but a little more bounce, a little more turn. But what we've seen on these pitches that once you have a partnership or get set, you need to go big. Really make it count. Difficult for next batter, next set to actually get going. 44 for 1.
New and improved Lifebuoy, विटामिन E और ग्लिसरीन के साथ स्किन बैरियर को स्ट्रॉन्ग बनाता है ताकि लाइफ के हर टेस्ट के लिए स्किन रहे रेडी। स्किन रेडी तो हम लाइफ रेडी।
सारा पाकिस्तान।
So after 11 overs, Australia have lost just the one wicket. That fell with the second delivery of the day. Matt Short was out to Shaheen Shah Afridi, caught it mid-on, and since then it's been Labuschagne and Josh Inglis. Marnus Labuschagne not happy with someone sitting in the stands. Just in front of the sight screen, well, in between there. Yep, it's you, sir. Australia making the one change today, so Tanveer Sangha being left out, the leg spinner, and Cooper Connolly coming in, mainly for his finger spin, left arm finger spin, but also strengthens Australia's batting. Crowd selfie moment with Vigotel smartphone. Great to see the smiles out there in the crowd. Yeah, I think the plans are very clear from Australia. Wickets in hand. This is old-fashioned ODI cricket.
A little change in the field. There's a short cover now in place, and man from short fine turn to mid-wicket. By that little lap, inquiry. Qazi Ghori is very adamant. He's come straight at Arafat, saying that it might have just straightened a little. Discussion. They're going upstairs or not? Yes, they are.
TV Umpire Director, we have a player review for LBW. Original decision is not out. Bowler's feet checked, it's a fair delivery. Can we get spin vision, please? Okay, ball close to the back there. Can we get ultra edge when available? Ultra edge coming now. You're rolling right through, please. Flat line, no batting balls. We'll go to ball tracking when ready, please. Pitching in line, wickets, impact umpire's call, wickets missing. Kumar, stay with your original decision of not out. Stand by, on screen now.
Dharmasena, Kumar Dharmasena with the right decision, and that has been upheld. There's great memories of this ground for Kumar Dharmasena, 1996 World Cup winner. Final here at Gaddafi Stadium, Lahore. Won against, who did he win against, Bluey?
Oh, big mix-up. Will it be out? Oh, it's a direct hit and he is gone. Rana Slavashay was trying to force another run. He basically went all the way and was sent back and in the end is run out.
Yeah, all sorts of confusion. And Manas, who was building his innings, now has to walk away. It was almost reaching English. English had nothing to do with it. He said, no, I'm not coming. Well, he's been run out by a fair distance. Pakistan get a wicket to a run out, and the partnership, which was looking very promising, that has been broken via a direct throw in the end by Arafat Minhas. Throw from the deep from Haris Rauf. Manas goes for 19. It's 46 for 2.
Wow, very impressive game. Service Tires is a game changer. Service Tires, Pakistan's global tire brand.
All day lasting, all day freshness. Marhor.
अभी तक चल रहा है.
अब कुछ कर ले। Nescafe cold, cold, cold coffee पीजिए। बैंकिंग एजेंट ढूंढने की फिक्र अब और नहीं, क्योंकि अब हर बैंकिंग एजेंट आपका एजेंट। पैसे भेजने हो या फौरन कैश निकालना हो, अब एक ही जगह पर मिलेगी तमाम माली सहूलियात। हमारे 14 मिलियन आसान मोबाइल अकाउंट्स 16 बैंक्स के साथ इसका वाज़ेह सबूत है।
आसान मोबाइल अकाउंट पावर्ड बाय हमारा माली प्लेटफॉर्म।
इवेपोरेटर, कंडेंसर, पीसीबी कार्ड सब कवर्ड है। जो भी हो, मेंटेन टॉन्स करेगा 6 साल, वो भी बिल्कुल फ्री है। जबरदस्त कूलिंग और फ्री इंस्टॉलेशन भी। और
Oh, it's dropped it. Did it come off glove? It was very close to the stumps as well. It's definitely not out, but drama to end the over, 46 for 2.
Yeah, first ball tries a reverse sweep, inside edge onto the pad. Yes, a certain chance. It got there. So disappointed that he's dropped that. In the end, you would say with the keeper gloves on, anticipated well. But the end result is that Kerry's been given a chance.
Well, this game's come to life, 46 for 2. The run out of Marnus Labuschagne, we'll see that again in a second. And here's the mix-up. So just keep your eye on Marnus Labuschagne. Turns there, wants the second, and then a big call of no. And then the direct hit from Minhas. You can't keep him out of the game at the moment. Even without the direct hit, I think Marnus Labuschagne would have been out.
Alex Carey now batting at number 4. Has to start against spin. That has been the issue throughout the series. Being able to start against spin and carry on. There is turn. Gadab is getting the ball off the straight now with the left-hander. reverse sweep again, tries to catch it, but nearly gets to the boundary. Alex Carey is now off the mark. And he shouldn't be there. This is the first ball that he faced.